So, the words for this from Moonology,
Yes.
Yasmin Boland,
Mhm.
and for this full moon in Capricorn, which is kind of like lather, rinse, repeat, the same thing over again as the last one because they're in the same sign,
Mm.
but not quite. But the words are dreamy, romantic, explosive, powerful, which is like, really? That's like an oxymoron, but okay. And what you were mentioning earlier is um, the words for this week, which are have I learned the lessons?
Mm.
What are the lessons and have I learned them? Or something close to that.
Yep.
Um, and that's where this is all about right now is um, the first one, the first full moon in Capricorn was about, okay, let's see everything you need to bring up and heal. That was a really tough time for a lot of people because so much was coming up. And then we get to the new moon and it was kind of like, oh yeah, now we get to breathe just a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, but we have this other full moon coming and it's in Capricorn again. What else do I need to bring up? And that's exactly what the message of this one is. What you've done the work, some of it, you've done as much as you could. What else is there? What's left? What didn't get brought up? So you may, we all may, I am, you are having all of these things come up that are like, okay, we did all the surface stuff. Let's get to the really deep stuff now. And it's like, oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. And in whatever way, shape, or form, like whether you find someone to help you get into that or through the deep stuff, or you just do more nature walks, like, yeah, it's present and more at the surface for sure.
Definitely more at the surface, whether you want it to be or not. And some of these things are going to be, when there's something to be dealt with, the first thing you get is a little tap on the shoulder. Yes, we're past tap on the shoulder. Okay, and the next thing's going to be a little bit more and a little bit more until you start getting like in your face. This is it. Okay, that's the time we're in right now. It's in your face. This is it. Deal with it. Okay, fine. I
Yeah.
didn't even realize. Okay, but I'll deal with it. So this is going to be deep, deep hidden stuff. And I encourage anyone who is finding that it's difficult to work through this to find whatever method, whatever tool, whatever person to help you work through it, because this is the really, really deep stuff that we need to see and heal to be able to move on into the new world, or the not new world, but the world that is being created right now. And that is what I do, is I keep a picture of that world that we are creating, the one that's been given to me, of what it will look like, to refer back to whenever it gets too difficult. And yes, I've been doing that lately myself.
Mm.
So if you have whatever method, whatever tool, whatever person, whatever, whatever it happens to be, make use of it now so you can get past all of this and so you can move to the next level. Oh, and by the way, we also have energy waves on top of this. And currently, and this is like really being talked about right now, cellular level change that in your body to be able to handle the new, not new, because it's not new, nothing is really new, to be able to handle the energy of Mother Earth as she changes and we change, to be able to live in this world that we're creating.
Yeah.
And I hope that made sense, because that's a whole lot in one little piece.
Yeah. It did. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's beautiful to have that vision of what we are shown or what we want the planet to feel like.
And how we want to be in that in this world, in that world, in the world we create, because
Yeah.
we're creating it constantly.
Yeah. And it's no wonder that with all of these energies and your vision and all of the things that are happening, my son, who's 9.5, have to get the half in there, um, is drawn to movies right now like Wally. You know, he's remembering, I don't know if it's conscious like visuals or if it's just the feelings that the reasons he's here. It's all part of his processing, and it's just fascinating watching him. So, watching our wee ones can really help us remember, what we need to focus on. And
And it's lovely to see what they're using as the tools or methods, because the methods and tools that we use as adults are not necessarily as accessible to the wee ones.
mm-hmm.
And it's wonderful to watch what they're using,
Yeah,
how they're using, because it's not different for them.
right.
Yeah, it is kind of, but it's the same in a lot of respects, what they're going through. Their very young new bodies are are doing the same cellular change. I mean, they just came in.
Yeah,
We've been here for a while. They just came in, and here is like everything's upheaval. That's got to be kind of like going through puberty, like for years.
yeah,
Wait a minute, I just got here. I'm in puberty already? Okay.
yeah. Totally. Yeah, how many times, especially if we, are biologically female, then we go through second puberty later in life, and then we go through, third puberty or whatever we would want to call it, however many times we have these changes.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't even necessarily matter if we've been through the quote change or not. Um, you can still go through these things. You can still completely come to a different understanding of who you are and have the cellular changes, just like you've had many times before. How do I
Yeah.
know? I've been there. I am there.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
Yes.
minus some of the other physical things that have happened in these times past. It's
Yeah.
the same kind of thing though, and the same feeling, and that harkens back to the wee ones who are going through these same kinds of changes and feelings,
Yeah.
without having had the experience of going into true puberty, and it's I they amaze me
Yeah.
for
Yes.
having chosen.
Um, Messages. I feel like messages need to be chatted about. You asked some questions and you have some things to share.
I did. Before we got on this call today, I had the inspiration to do an oracle reading